Raise your hand, you all taking shots in the cupboard, hiding from your wife.
See, it's all of them.
Ain't
1,
no
2,
hands
5,
up.
6, 7 people.
We have cameras pointing this way. No one's raising their hands.
What? There's cameras. Coming up on the Valley After Show.
He said, I have to tell you, they figured out I'm bipolar, not depressed.
I cried my eyes out when they told me what was wrong.
He's been diagnosed with that before.
That prescription sat in my junk drawer, and he never got it filled.
I think you're a liar and a cheater.
Okay, then think I'm a liar and a cheater.
That's okay.
I bought her lingerie in Paris, and she had gone out one night and wore that.
When I finally asked for a divorce, less than a week later, he actually hooked up with someone that was married.
He's very sleep deprived.
I'll all take with this bullshit.
If it doesn't bother me, why does it bother you?
The Valley After Show starts right now.
At the very end, when I no longer wanted to be with him, like, yes, I even told him that I kissed another guy.
Did you not admit it?
Yes, I did admit kissing somebody.
Did you or did
You're
you
a
not?
of and it was a mistake and I shouldn't have done it, but it happened, and if I could take it back, I would, but I can't, and so that is all he was ever fixated on.
Right before filming started, Michelle and I had an intervention of sorts with a friend of ours. Michelle's number one thing was, you can't say I was cheating with Aaron, because it's not true. And my friend looked at her and said, but you were cheating. She got red in the face and she was like, yeah, and she told me a story about her and her best friend went out and they met these two guys and they both started dating them.
I've told him the whole story and he was like, okay, I'm okay with it. Maybe Isabella will see this one day, let's not discuss this. And the first thing he did was talk about it.
I am 99% sure that she cheated on me twice.
You know what, your best friend shouldn't have been cheating on me for 2 years, but she did.
The mother honey. She goes, I get it at a place near Runyon. Where is his house?
Place near Runyon.
That was all he would hang on to because he doesn't want to remember all of the bad things he did. My husband spent all of our money. You want me to scream to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. My husband refused to hug me and kiss me and tell me I'm pretty.
There's text messages like in the guys group chat, like when she was pregnant, of Jesse calling her fat.
Disgusting.
There's just so many little things like that that I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen here?
You just don't just all of a sudden be like, I want to break up, and then like a week later you're dating someone. Like seeds have been planted, and you've been thinking about this for a year.
Yeah,
I'm not justifying her.
No, you're right.
I'm not justifying her
you're right.
actions. Just so you know.
But you know, the thing was, we separated October 16th. She started going out immediately. I started staying up, you know, all night long, no sleep, 3 a.m. I would check the cameras in the garage to make sure she got home safe, shut the garage door properly. And it gets to the point where I was so built up, I lost 40 pounds. Like I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating. And it got to a point where like, it took me a while to start hooking up or dating or anything like that.
He's not the most innocent man on earth either. Like the reality was I was at home with our daughter while you were having 8-hour lunches. Like what were you doing that whole time? So yes, you didn't get caught because I didn't look for it, but I promise you there was something going on for a while. Even when I finally asked for a divorce and he was crying, I mean, I did see the laptop and less than a week later, he actually did meet up with someone that was married and hooked up with her. So it's like, okay.
You have this person on standby?
Yeah, you have this person on standby. And mind you, she's actually married. So what is that saying? That's contradicting everything you've ever believed in.
Didn't you say you found lingerie, you bought her, and it was really weird?
No, I bought her lingerie in Paris, and she had gone out one night and wore that, and that's not like going out wearing underneath a dress.
Right.
That's like going,
Sexy time.
Yeah.
And you found it, and it was definitely worn.
Little,
That's right, we'll put it that way.
Little crumbs, you start to pick up little crumbs. But at the end of the day, whether she cries it from the, you know, rooftops that she's happy, I'm happy, Isabella's happy, and like, what am I gonna go back and relive the fact, like, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda, did she not? How resentful can I be of the past when my daughter's living in the room next to this person at his house? I still have the honey in my, like Isabella brought home a bottle of the honey and it's like literally in my cabinet because she likes it on her strawberries.
Oh my God. I tell you what, I cried my eyes out when they told me what was wrong. You know, you're clearly bipolar, you should be on medication.
He said, I have to tell you, they figured out I'm bipolar, not depressed.
And it was just like, thank you, God. Finally, I found something that I can take that's gonna fix this problem, because clearly it's a problem.
He's been diagnosed with that before. That's not an epiphany, it's more of a moment.
Probably like a year or so before he even went to this facility the first time, he did go to a doctor, and he came back saying that they told him that he was bipolar then too.
Years ago, I did get checked and they're like, oh, something was wrong, but they never diagnosed me with bipolar.
I've been in a similar situation 13, 14 years ago. Like I had something going on with my head causing like panic attacks. Finally got on something and it completely just mellowed out. So when he said, they've diagnosed it as bipolar, I was thinking they can get you on the right medication. I then quickly found out that he had already been diagnosed with bipolar years before and refused to take his medication. So then I was like, okay, I take that all back. Like, what are you doing?
I thought I was depressed, and that's why I started with the Lexapro first. Didn't really work for me.
That prescription sat in my junk drawer, and he never got it filled. And me and his sister would beg him, please at least try. And he never got it filled.
Brittany said about a year prior, you got a diagnosis for bipolar disorder and you wouldn't take the medication.
No, it was depression, and I didn't get the prescription filled, no. The first time. Then I got the prescription filled the second time of Lexapro. I took it for about 2.5 weeks, and I'm like, I don't feel shit. That's when I went into the rehab, it was like a couple weeks after that. And I told them, like, I was just, this doesn't work. And, you know, they're like, well, you're not depressed. And I was like, oh, okay. But I clearly knew something was wrong with me. I've known something's wrong with me for many, many, many years. It's like one of those things I just don't want to know. Sometimes I think I can beat it in my own brain. I'm like, yeah, I have this, but I don't need medication for it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it on my own. When I wasn't strong enough, I needed the medication. And I'm glad I'm on it. I don't have blow-ups anymore at all. I can't remember the last blow-up I had.
Small bouts of rage?
I'll have a little bit where I'm angry, but that's just normal. Anybody gets angry a little bit here and there, but I'm not like where I used to be, where I like see red. You know, I'll be pissed off.
You should see what happens when the garbage cans are blocking the driveway. Oh my God.
We've texted her 14 times just sitting here, so that hasn't changed.
I'm sorry, hold on one second. Why the hell is this guy calling me over and over? He's calling me 3 times now.
Hello?
Why do you keep calling me and texting me?
Hold on 1 second. I'm just checking in. What's going on?
You know I'm filming the after show.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
Yes.
So I forgot. Sorry, I forgot. I had a really rough day today with the car. I had car issues, and then it was just a bad day. Okay, so, okay, all right. Then that's it, I guess.
Okay, all right. Well, I got to get back to work.
Why are you being so mean?
I'm not being mean.
Just being really short with me. I don't understand.
Because I have to film.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
What is my life? I will say that I can tolerate him around, like, whenever we're doing, like, different things a little bit more. Like, I don't have to worry about, like, after he's out on a bender, because those were the worst days ever. Like, the next day, because, you know, you don't have any.
The come down?
Yeah, the come down was just so incredibly bad. So it's not that intense, maybe, but he'll be fine one day and then screaming at me about who I'm dating the next minute. Like, it's just very up and down. Very, very, very up and down.
What is the deal with people commenting on your hair? What's wrong with your hair?
When we were not good and people asked me about your hair, I said, yes, it is a wig.
I'm dead!
It looks like one. I'm sorry.
He just has a thick head of hair.
It's like the kind of hair that you can remove and then put on a different one.
I don't know. I'm kind of hair blind. I guess it doesn't look that weird to me.
I told you. Listen, I lived with him, and I never realized.
You never saw my lace.
You know what it is? I think it's one of those things where, like, like when you live with somebody. In my mind, I thought his hair looked great. Seeing him
I don't know. I guess on camera, maybe it's like,
I
you
don't
know, cameras
We'll
that
see
add
this
10
year.
pounds. Well, maybe it was 10 pounds of hair for me. I don't know. My hair just naturally looks weird.
It's so bad.
I feel like I see hair, aka Zack.
Here we go.
Did he change his hair?
No, it still looks like a Lego.
It's so bad. I'm sorry, but it really is, and it doesn't match. Like, does he dyes his hair, right?
I don't think so.
Really? I just feel like it doesn't.
He's
go...
had that hair since I met him like a decade ago.
Oh.
He needs to just pull it up a little.
I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop being so lazy and flip my hair up. That's the only difference. It's up instead of
Skater
down.
boy.
My fans are called Lego heads. I don't know. I'll call them Lego heads at this point.
You gave a name to your fans?
Why wouldn't I?
There's the Beehive, there's Swifties, and then there's
Lego heads.
Lego heads.
I did think that a better
Zack
one would have been like the Zack pack, but Lego just went so far that I don't know.
Lego is great.
I actually never knew if it was.
Look, I don't think
real
he's
or
ever
not.
going to go bald. I'll say that. He does have a good head of hair. Could have used a different style? Sure, but
going bald might be a favor.
But also,
he just has thick hair. Do you want me to pull on it, people? Like,
I
it's
know.
real.
Well, honestly, after I say something, yes, I do want you to do that publicly. I've actually, my entire life, I had a corporate job where I was the head of corporate communications for the IT department of 20,000 people. We did this video series, and I would get director level, VP level, highest level people in the company email me out of the blue. Is that a wig you're wearing in that video you just did? Because we did company videos, and I was like the anchor for it. And I'm like,
you're like, it's my
you
real
are
hair.
a director
But that's not okay.
asking this poor communication
Even if it was a
analyst
wig,
if
so don't ask people that.
Well, exactly, that's my point. And also, if I was gonna pay for hair, it'd look way better than this. But it is real.
It's
but
real,
if you wanna
it's
say
thick,
it's fake,
it's
you know what,
real.
keep going. I would like
me.
a wig line. Whoever would like to help me with a wig
Toupee line?
please.
So Jesse was obnoxious on the bus, I would say.
Oh my God, I'm so surprised. Not really.
Here's a stripper pole.
No, don't do it. Don't do that either.
I guess it's just in my DNA that I just have moves.
Jesse's a horrible dancer, but he thinks he's a really good dancer. By the way, he has the worst taste in music, but he only likes
Why did you marry this man?
He loves this one song from like the 80s or 90s that's like super techno, and then he does the same like move.
Where you used to go like this,
Yes.
you know, it's probably that.
And he
Okay,
thinks
Sandoval.
that's his move, and then he like does this like little jumping jack.
It's like the crossover.
Oh,
You
nice.
know, like that one.
And that's his dance move, and he thinks he's really good at it.
And then I throw it up the arm, you know, and up and over the head.
Oh,
and then, yeah.
I love those days.
Anybody sees a pole, they're gonna go after it, you know? You've pole danced before.
I dabbled.
Love this. Oh my God.
They're definitely
Yes. Oh, they need to. So bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Not on the crawls.
No, you were too busy swatting all those G-strings and thongs away that were getting thrown
You
at.
even swatted one in his pocket that ended up on the counter.
Tom and I had a bar crawl. We were doing a week, and some girl just kind of threw their underwear. A baby wipe just so happened to have been on there.
Michelle, I'm curious about something Janet just asked you.
Why did you marry this man?
What was it that attracted you to Jesse?
He was very different when I met him. He was very like nothing like who you know today. And he was very simple, actually. And he lived in a small little one-bedroom apartment in West Hollywood with a little view. And he would always have me over and cook for me. He was very into fitness. He was very different. And I fell in love with him because we grew together. He did teach me a lot. He's 8 years older than me. And I saw that we were also great business partners and like we could build a great life together.
You know, we met at the office and she was really, she came up actually from San Diego and we started dating and she'd always wanted to break into that like ultra luxury real estate market. So I remember my planned first date, we were in the middle of developing a $48 million house in Beverly Hills. So I wanted to bring her over and have like a little date champagne picnic on the guest house floor. And because it was just the most insane view and you know, and she liked being in that world, you know, and the people that she was meeting through me. And then we used to do fun stuff. Like I remember one day we went to the pool at the Roosevelt and I think we drank like 10 bottles of rosé that day. And that was like stuff that, you know, I got to bring her to the Hamptons for her first time. And I brought her to Europe for her first time. We just used to do fun stuff. And we were like really, you know, we were really intimate. We were really sweet. You know, we very rarely fought.
And he had these red flags, but they weren't that noticeable at the time. And once we got married and had kids, like obviously when the moment you're a mother, things automatically change. And for some reason, the older he got, the more immature he became.
Interesting.
I think money had a lot to do with it, some success. I think Kathy Hilton said it to me when I ran into her. She said some people just don't know how to deal with success.
I think things started to change, obviously, when she was pregnant, and then when she had the baby, we always went back to her palate, like all of a sudden red wine, which we used to drink every single day, started to taste like bitter. And she started to lose this kind of taste for these things. But at the beginning, it was, I mean, we had a blast.
I couldn't drink wine after I had Isabella. It didn't taste good to me. I think I didn't drink wine for at least 3 years. Like maybe because he would spend so much that I'm like, I can't
turned
drink
off
it.
by it.
It just turned me off.
It does feel like, in a way, he self-sabotages a lot. I mean, in a lot of ways of life, like even with money, like the overspending is like self-sabotage. I feel like when you had Isabella and there's a pandemic, like that's the time where he should have changed to be like more of a homebody and, you know, value like that kind of stuff, and he went the opposite.
Yeah, and he was a homebody and wouldn't go out at night. And then once I had a child, then he was always gone. And it was just like, it was supposed to be the other way around.
And where did he say he was for 8 hours?
At
he
lunch.
said he was.
He would have 8-hour lunches.
What? That's so.
Mm-hmm.
Who has an 8-hour
He's a
lunch?
very slow eater.
So weird.
You never remember the good times in the end. You only remember the bad times that led you up to the end.
Yeah.
You know?
What? I remember all the good times.
Yeah, but you're also, you know, the greatest.
Yeah.
What did somebody call you? The #1 golden retriever in the group?
The most passive person
No, I'm
I've
not
ever
passive.
met in my life.
I'm loving and empathetic.
You,
that's
you
good.
even
Big
told,
heart.
you even told your divorce story with a smile. You're like, we fist bumped and we were out of there.
I know.
Like,
We didn't
who
fist
does
bump.
that?
We cried. I mean, it was sad. All right, let's not make it about me.